Good morning, everybody. Joe Ciaccio here. Happy Monday. Today I want to talk about when you're having a bad day. Probably the hardest thing in any type of sales, feeling you're not going to make a sale, nobody's going to buy from you again. What happens is that your brain starts playing, I got to protect your feelings. Your brain is saying, it's okay, just part of the game, it's not for you, you should have chose a different direction, you should have done something differently, I told you so, I don't know why you did this here. Our brains are made to protect us. When you're on a big old mountain and you're looking down there, your brain's telling you, you better get your butt back because you may fall. It's protecting us. Yet what you got to do is you got to sit and think about it. Are you going to continue to be the victim, or are you going to be the victor? Always have bad days. You will have bad weeks. Yet I've never known an agent to really have a bad month. So you must always keep yourself focused on the big red apple. It's not New York, it's the big red apple that you're going to grab when you make a sale. People automatically feel when things are not going right, it's never going to get better. This always happens to me. Why is the other guy doing so much better? He must be getting better leads. He must be in a better area. He's this, he's that, she's this, she's that there. Think about it. Do you want to be the victim, or do you want to be a victor to say, I will overcome what I'm going through? We are in control of our life. We're in control of our destiny. So what you've got to do is that you need to reach out either to myself, Heather, or your manager, or to a friend of yours who's also in the insurance business who can say, listen, you're in a slump. It's going to get over. Don't worry about it. Think about those great times you had before. This is just getting all the no's out of the way. All the yeses are going to come. You have to understand and know ups and downs. When things are going great, this is the best job in the whole world. I don't know why I didn't start it before. The money's unbelievable. I've gotten hardly any chargebacks. And you're all excited and you're ready to doggone conquer the world. Yet you have a bad day or a bad week. You automatically turn saying, I made the wrong choice. I'm doing the wrong thing. Listen. I've used this example so many times. And Jay says we already got 11 new people on the call. This is what I want you to think about. All the folks that played baseball when they were young. A professional goes into the pros after he went through pee-wee ball, all these different types of leagues to get up from little league to pony league to colt league to playing ball. It all depends on where you're at, what you got to do to work that ladder up there. A professional gets up to bat, and his job is to know that pitcher. His job is to know what is that pitcher going to throw. What's his favorite throw? Does he throw high and inside? Does he throw curve balls? Does he do this? Does he do that there? Because we must know about our opponents. The only difference is you can watch films on a baseball pitcher. The pitcher can watch films on you. Yet for us as insurance agents, when we go into a home, we have no idea what to expect. We don't know if that person is going to throw you a fastball or a slider. This is why you have to always be prepared. Unprepared agents are the ones who suffer the most because you're lazy. You don't want to study. You don't want to look at rebuttals. You don't want to practice the objections. This is why you need to go to bat more, yet you need to practice more. When you're not at work making calls, you got to be at home, wherever you are, and practice what you do. Whether it be the underwriting, how to ask for referrals, how to get into a door, the transitions to make the thing smoother for you to where you don't crucify yourself. Baseball player, a pro ball player gets paid millions and millions of dollars if he gets 3 hits out of 10 at bats. So a baseball player that gets up to bat at the plate, whether he strikes out, grounds out, flies out, if he gets 3 hits out of 10 at bats, he's making millions of dollars. Think about it. That's 7 times he's not getting on base, either striking out, flying out. 70% of the time he's losing. He's only winning 30% of the time, yet he's making millions. So my brain says, okay, I'm a professional. I got to get in front of people, so if I can make 3 sales out of 10 leads, I'm a pro. That's right, you'll be a pro. 10 leads, 3 sales, 20 leads, 6 sales. Now, when you get better and you know that you're practicing and you know what's going to come, which is the unknown, yet you're prepared. And the only way to be prepared is to try to keep your brain as empty as possible to where it's easier to pull the file out. I want to think about it. Today's not a good day. I already bought something. All of those things you hear, you got to be prepared and pull that file out. Pull that file out to where you say, okay, this is what I got to do. You pull that file out and I need to think about it. What do you say? How do you say it? I need to talk to my kids. Pull that file out. What do you say? How do you say it? These are things you have got to practice. These are things you got to do. A professional ball player in any sport had to do things over and above what the coaches had him do. Professional golfers who make gazillions of dollars have a coach, and they're the pros. So it's kind of hard to sit and say, well, damn, Joe, he's a pro. Well, he's a pro, yet he knows he needs to be coached to get what he does better. Tweak his swing. Tweak his putt. Do a better chip when you're a golfer. We're the same way. It's hard to believe that you're not going to make a sale. Yet what ends up happening, when you go to a couple houses, they don't let you in. Make a couple presentations, you make no sales. Not everybody, yet most throw themselves in the gutter and say, I should have done something different. I don't know why I did this here. I'm going to ask you to change your thought process and say to yourself, I'm getting the nose out of the way. I've hit a couple ground balls. I hit a couple pop flies. I've got this many more leads. And I am determined to take a soft step backwards, tap your brakes to slow down and think before you speak. Because what we don't realize is that people sense our emotions. People can feel the way we're speaking with them. And what you don't realize, and I'm telling you, is that you're probably coming across with what we call is commission breath. You're kind of pushing them a little bit more. You're kind of pulling them a little bit harder. You got to just sit back and say, you know something? I've got $3,500 in my checking account. I've got $1,000 in my savings account. I've got $500 extra dollars in my lead account. If I make a sale, I make a sale. Not how you really think. Yet, you know that the only way that account got to where that they are today is based on what you've done. I study all the time. I look at my objections all the time. I visit all the time. I'm constantly trying to do what I do better. Sales sucks sometimes. It sucks. Yet, think about the money that you can make in sales. Salespeople, some of the most wealthiest people, were in sales. Okay? Think about it. If you're an attorney, you're in sales because you don't get a paycheck if you don't have money in your checking account. A doctor the same way, unless a doctor works for a hospital. Yet when a doctor decides to go out on his own, he's got to rent a building, he's got to hire a staff, he's got payroll, he's got taxes, he's got this. So if people don't come through that doctor's door, he makes no money. So just because you're a doctor, you go to school for 8, 10 years to specialize in something, you're in sales. Take a soft step backwards, and you have to tell yourself, I know what I'm doing is not right. I know what I'm doing, I need to do better. You need to have a talk with yourself. You need to find out where your faults are. The front door, the transition, the warm up, whatever it is, you need to grade yourself. And being able to grade yourself is going to help you when you call me. If you call me and say, Joe, didn't make any sales this week, I don't know what's going on. Well, since I wasn't sitting there with you, and I have no idea what you said or how you said it, you've got to make yourself a list of the houses you've gone to and what issues you're having. It's no fun to grade yourself because you're always going to make yourself sound a little bit better when you're talking to me. Joe, I don't know. I got into houses that people just didn't want to buy. It's something that you're saying. I'm not going to make a sale in every house. Something that's kind of hard for me to absorb and to accept. Yet, 3 sales out of 10. Okay? 10 leads, 7 pitches, 7 sits, 7 visits, 3 sales. So on 1 lead, if you sell a husband and wife, you're already 2/3 to your goal to make 1 more sale. Now, if you go to a house, you make two sales on husband and wife, the next day you make 1 sale, that doesn't mean take the rest of the week off. That means you're on a roll. I used to skip lunch, guys. I used to skip lunch because when I made a sale, the adrenaline that I got, the neurons that started blowing around in my mind, I didn't want to stop. I want to work till midnight because there's no better feeling than closing a sale. I don't care if I sold something that was a premium of $15 a month, it's still a sale. You don't want to get those $15 all the time because you won't survive. A sale is a sale. Take a soft step backwards, analyze the way you're speaking. Am I using voice inflection? Am I prepared when they say, I can't afford it, today's not a good day, I already bought something? Are you prepared for that there? When they sit and say something that you're not used to, how do you handle it? Does it put you in a bad mood to where when you start speaking, you come across a little abrasive? Every now and then, guys, it's good to get punched in the face. Gives you a reality check. It lets you understand that you're human. Your brain is saying what is going on. Yet instead of you letting your brain say what's going on, this is a bad choice, you want your brain to say it's part of the game. Sales are ups and downs. Try harder, work harder. If you need to speak to your manager, please call him. You need to speak to me. You need to speak to Heather. Even if you want to talk to Jay about a new carrier. Jay, what's the story on these new Facebook leads? Jay, what's the difference on a direct mail lead compared to a Facebook lead? What do you think about it, Jay? What's the cost in my area? Do I do this lead? Do I do that lead? There's times you need to talk about these things here. Hit them hard. Call us. We love you. Just because today is not a great day, that does not mean tomorrow's going to be anything other than a fresh start. Make it a great day, guys. Be safe. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.